Hello and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today's daily is for 7/7/20. So that is July 7th, 2020. It is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. We're almost in the middle of the week. Not quite yet, but almost. All right, so I'm going to start out with air signs. Air signs, the first card that I'm pulling for you, and I did pull these ahead of time, just so you know. The first card is the Empress, which makes sense, right? Because with the Empress card, that definitely is talking about air signs. I think also, for some reason, Taurus comes through to me for that. I don't know what that's about. But I do have the Empress card for air signs. So today, talking about the Empress, this is definitely a card that is going to be all too familiar to many of you, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But what the Empress speaks of is a female, mostly, or female energy, I should say. It's about beauty. It's about knowing your beauty. It's also about fertility, so be careful. If you're not trying to get pregnant, this really could be a good time to get pregnant, so be careful. It also is talking about nurturing. It's also speaking of luxury as well as creativity. So for today, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, having the Empress card talks about you recognizing your beauty, understanding where you're coming from, appreciating the hard work that you've put in to get yourself to the point where you are now. For a lot of you, the fertility part of it, it could be some of you who may not be able to have children. For some of you, it could be that you are quite fertile at this point in time. And for some of you, this also is showing me a fertility clinic. So somebody may be, in fact, trying to deal with doctors in a fertility clinic. I also hear that there's a lot of nurturing for the air signs, especially with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They are the signs of motherly kind of feeling. So trying to console someone that's around you, or maybe you're needing to be consoled about a certain situation, about a breakup, about a broken heart, about a family member, about the loss of a job, about finances being struggled right now, even about all the situation going on in this world today. A lot of you definitely either are giving a lot of nurturing behaviors to someone or towards someone, or you're wanting them from somebody. For a lot of you air signs, though, too, especially with Libra, I feel like you're looking for somebody's nurturing side. You're wanting to see the compassion that somebody has for you, and it feels like you're kind of spreading yourself too thin in a lot of ways, trying to take care of everyone else except for yourself. Air signs in general, you do like nice things. You like the luxury of having, say, your air conditioner or your nice car, or the convenience of coming and going, spending and buying what it is not only that you need, but for what you want. I also feel like there is a lot of creativity with air signs. A lot of you are either A, starting your own channel, B, starting your own business. C, it's you're putting something together. There's also a lot of artistic abilities, excuse me, within you guys. Somebody may be sculpting or painting or building, but there is definitely a lot of color matching here. I definitely feel there's a lot of balance here with all this. The next card that comes up for you guys, and this is going to go for fire signs. Fire signs, you have, in fact, the Magician card. So with the Magician card, fire signs, as you can see, the Magician is all about your willpower. So fire signs, today you're going to experience the strength of your willpower. You may be able to walk away from something. You may be able to resist something that you normally couldn't. It may be a temptation. It also could be a temptation from the devil, so be careful with that. I also feel like with the Magician, it is that you have finally mastered a task. Whether it's you've mastered your feelings and able to keep them under control at this point, whether you've mastered a broken heart, and at this point you were down, maybe you were hanging around, acting as the hermit, not moving forward, not allowing something to settle. Maybe for a while, being the victim of a certain situation, you kept focusing on all the negative and not appreciating what you did have. In fact, not so much of what you lost, but not appreciating what you did have. For a lot of you, this is definitely going to talk about adapting to your situation. So for a lot of you fire signs, if you had to go through some struggles, things you didn't think you could manage or get through or deal with on a personal basis. In fact, it shows that with the Magician card, it talks about adapting to something. So you're getting used to something. Somebody may have moved, changed location, changed job performances, whatever it is that's changed in your life, you're beginning to adapt. You're beginning to feel like you're fitting in. You're beginning to feel like you're being welcomed, or you're beginning to feel like, okay, I can do this. So that's a very strong sign for the fire signs today. The next group up is water signs. And water signs, the card that I got for you, and we have pretty much all major arcanas here going on, I have the Tower card. So with the Tower card, as we all know, the Tower can be a little bit challenging for sure. The Tower talks about something that was upheavaled, something was messed up, something may have gotten blown up, something may have gotten destroyed, something may have been fallen apart, or somebody might have been caught out on their shit. That's just about the way to put it. There's definitely a disaster here, something that you may have thought it was coming, but you weren't sure. For some of you, you ignored the red flags with this situation that was about to happen. For some of you, water signs and Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, your foundation pretty much shifted. So you're dealing with a shift right now. Shifts aren't really bad because shifts sometimes help you to get back into alignment. Shifts kind of wake you up and kind of startle you a little bit. It's kind of like an earthquake where it shakes the ground. Sometimes, depending on the severity of it, it may not knock buildings down. It may not crack walls, but it may just create a vibration. So you may have experienced some kind of vibration that was different from what you normally feel. For some of you, this was a wake-up call. This is definitely something that made you understand that the power between positive thinking and negative thinking. Also, for a lot of you with the Tower moment, this talks about you tried to, I keep hearing you tried to avoid something. You tried not to let something happen, but something definitely was out of your control. For some of you, the universe, your angels, decided to shake things up for you, shift things, knock things down. For some of you, it had to be because you weren't following the intuition that you have. You weren't following your gut. You weren't doing what you were needed to do. There's definitely going to be an opportunity here for you, water signs, for you to rebuild something. And it's actually going to be better than it was before because your current foundation, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, wasn't so secure. Or maybe you didn't have too many friends around. Or maybe you didn't, explore enough things. Or maybe you were just being the hermit all the time. And, something had to shake you up and bring you out of your comfort zone to make you, yes, feel uncomfortable so that you could now experience something new. Maybe it's a new relationship. Maybe this is a way to get rid of that problem that you had. Maybe you were felt stuck in a situation or relationship and you just didn't know how to get out of it. The universe helped you out. Although it was hard to deal with, although part of you kind of wanted to, but you kind of didn't want to, you wanted to stay, but you wanted to go, and you couldn't make up your mind. The universe made it up for you. So do yourself a favor, water signs, because later on, for some of you, you're going to get back together with this person, and you're going to be able to work things out. It seems like right now everything's a disaster, everything's a mess. You could never see a light through this dark tunnel, but again, you're not believing in the positive. You're focusing on the negative. You're still focusing on what you lost instead of seeing what you can gain. Okay, so it is definitely going to be within your eyes. The beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, so it's up to you. Earth signs, earth signs, earth signs. Earth signs, you have the hangman. You have the hangman, earth signs. So with the hangman, well, you know what this means. Some of you just could be just hanging around. Some of you sacrificing something, giving something up, not feeling bad about it. It's just that's just the way you are. You just always want to do something for somebody or help somebody or fix something for somebody. So I definitely feel like there's a lot of sacrifices here. Also, I feel like there's a lot of suspense. So some of you may feel suspension right now. You may feel suspended in the air. You may feel like you can't settle. You may feel like things aren't working out. You may also feel like you're waiting for an answer. You're waiting for a reply. You may have texted somebody, called somebody, something, but you're waiting for them to respond. So this way here, you are in suspense at this current time with the hangman. For some of you, you release something. You've let something go, Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. You've definitely let something go. You've moved forward. You've moved into another direction. At the same time, you're not sure whether or not you want to take a chance with something. For some of you, I do feel like this card also could be reversed. And the reason that it could be reversed for some of you, I am reading for a lot of people, right? So with this card, understand that this could also talk about Hangman reversed, stalling, making excuses, procrastinating. You keep putting something off, or you're holding on to something that you know isn't any good for you, and then you're going to have this Tower moment come back. You don't want this to drop in on you, so please, please, stop procrastinating, stop delaying, stop putting something off, okay? Some of you may be dealing with delays that you can't help, that maybe aren't you setting the delay up, somebody else may be doing it. Maybe some of you are waiting for a partner who keeps procrastinating, putting something off, making promises and not keeping them. So just pay attention to that right here. But what I also feel like with this in reversed, a lot of you have a fear. A lot of you fear that what you're sacrificing is going to be pointless. It's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to be helpful. It's not going to make you happy, or it's not going to change your situation. So I feel like that's for a lot of you. All right, so that's all of the elements. That's all of the elements. Now, I did, in fact, pick a few cards here, and I'm going to go through them very quickly. But what I have for these cards here, I concentrated to get the energy of the room, the energy of the people that are going to view this, the energy of those of you who are my regulars. So this will definitely probably resonate with you. So here we go. The first card that came up was, in fact, the Moon card. So with the Moon card, we know that the Moon definitely talks about secrets. It definitely talks about our unconscious thoughts. It talks about us, things that are going on in the back of our minds, subconsciously thinking about things. It also talks about illusions. And for a lot of you, this is putting more credit into a situation or a relationship than's deserved. This is giving somebody more credit than what they even did. Some of you may feel love and lust, or long-term, or soulmate, or twin flame with somebody. But in fact, this could be part of your illusion, believing that it's all this and then some. But in fact, you're the one that's putting all the effort in. You're the one that's putting all the work in. And that's why you're looking at it as if, it's greater than what it actually is, due to the illusions that you're having with this Moon card, which means secrets, things hidden. Things aren't really what they seem to be. Again, things going on in your unconscious mind, subconsciously. For some of you, this is about your intuition being very strong, coming through, helping you. Listen to it. Don't ignore it. A lot of you are ignoring your intuition, and that's what I'm being told from the angels, is to make sure you follow your gut. Listen to yourself and pay attention to how you're feeling, okay? Remember to smell something, hear something. Use all your senses to get the answer in what you're looking for, all right? The next card that I got for the room is, in fact, the Four of Wands. So we have the Four of Wands here. So for a lot of you, wow, with the Four of Wands, this could definitely talk about community, home, or celebration. So a lot of you may be getting involved with something that is going to be of a celebration, of a gathering, of a party, of a get-together, or this could have just happened, and this could be a result of it. So even previously, if you just recently got together for the holidays, maybe you finally connected with somebody that you've been longing to do so. Maybe it's an old family member that you lost contact with, and now you're getting back in touch with them. For some of you, this definitely could be about your community and what's around you, celebrating something. Maybe somebody got an award. Maybe somebody returned home from the service. Whatever it is for you. The next card that comes up for the room that I pulled was, in fact, the Three of Wands. So with the Three of Wands, okay, you guys, with the Three of Wands, that definitely talks about looking ahead. A lot of you are definitely wanting to look ahead. You're wanting to see what's coming in the near future. A lot of you, the suspense there is killing you, right? This is definitely talking about expanding something, being very creative, expanding your ideas. Okay, maybe some of you are going to expand your kindness or generosity to somebody, share something with somebody. For some of you, the Three of Wands would talk about more so of rapid growth. So something is going to happen very quickly. Whether it's a relationship that you're just going to be getting into or just got into, it is going to grow rapidly. It is going to have rapid growth. It is going to go quite quickly, but be careful. Remember to slow it down a little bit. Take time to smell the roses, okay? So that's for some of you, but there is definitely relationships on the horizon here. My last card that I pulled for the room is, in fact, the Knight of Wands. So with the Knight of Wands, this is quite an interesting card for a lot of you. Maybe some of you it won't relate, but I do feel like for a lot of you, the Knight of Wands talks about action. It talks about adventure. It talks about being fearless. So finally, once and for all, you're spreading your wings and you're flying. You're moving forward. You're taking chances. You're taking some risks, not ones that are going to harm you, but you're finally accepting change. And this all talks about, with the Knight of Wands, action, adventure, and being having fearlessness. So this is definitely you moving forward, taking a chance, taking a risk, deciding not to stay stagnant anymore, not putting up with somebody's delays or procrastinations anymore. So, focus on you, work on your energy, put out the forgiveness that needs to be done so that you can heal yourself. And I think the end result talks more about the bigger picture. So the bigger picture, kind of like the King of Wands, the bigger picture is talking about overcoming challenges that you faced in the recent past. There's no sense in dwelling on them because you can't change them. All you can do is move forward. They always say it's not how you start, but how you finish. For some of you, what you look like as a setback was actually a setup to get you to the next level. A lot of you need to focus more on becoming the victorious person rather than being that victim. It's okay to feel that pain for a little bit and feel sorry for yourself for a minute. But when it gets to be too long, it's not serving you or anybody else around you. And to be honest, your friends are going to back up because they're not going to want to hear you complaining or crying or upset all the time. There's got to be a certain point in time where you say, you know what, enough's enough. I need to take care of me first and move forward. So this is pretty much the energy for today, for July 7th, 2020. This is all signs together. For those of you coming to my room, again, this is not an accident if you came to my channel for you to watch these messages that just came about. This is also that you were led here to get a particular message or to share it with someone else. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Okay? Again, it is Tuesday, July 7th, 2020. I'm looking forward to doing sticks later on with you guys. Remember, 3 sticks for $30. Get your message from Spirit and find out exactly what path you should be on or what you should be doing, what changes you might need to make, or something that Spirit might want you to face and deal with. It's not always pretty, but it is always real. All right. Well, stay safe. Much love and light. See you guys soon.